Hey everyone, how's it going? In this video, we're going to do an algebra simplification that was posted. So, in this problem, we have two functions, u, which is equal to x minus 1 over x, and v, which is equal to x squared minus 1 over x squared. And the goal is to prove that u squared times the quantity u squared plus 4 is equal to v squared. So, there's a couple ways you could approach this problem. The first thing you could do is distribute this into both of these and then kind of work your way and prove that these two are equal. I don't really feel like finding what this times itself 4 times gives me. So instead of doing that, let's see if we can simplify a few things. So let's take a look at v. v is equal to x squared minus 1 over x squared. Now, I'm just going to take a look at this piece, 1 over x squared. If I wrote it instead as 1 squared over x squared, it's still equal, right? And now, what I can do is actually take out the square from here. So I can say that this is equal to 1 over x quantity squared, because our rules of exponents say that I can just distribute this to the top and bottom and get this thing back. So now that I know this, we have to think about actually another property of algebra, and that's one that says a squared minus b squared is equal to a minus b times a plus b. And this is sometimes you'll hear this referred to as the difference of two squares. So we're going to try to use this right now. If we take a look at v, we have v is equal to x squared minus, and now instead of writing 1 over x squared, I'm going to write 1 over x quantity squared. And now, as you can see, we have a difference of two squares. So let me expand this. I'm going to have x minus 1 over x, and then x plus 1 over x. Okay, so now let's just plug in what we know into what we're trying to prove. So we have u squared, so we have this thing squared, so x minus 1 over x squared times, again, x minus 1 over x squared plus 4, and now we're going to set that equal to, I'm going to write x minus 1 over x, x plus 1 over x, x minus 1 over x, x plus 1 over x. And the reason I wrote it twice is because here we have v squared. Okay. So I'm going to rewrite the left side. So we have x minus 1 over x quantity squared, x minus 1 over x quantity squared again, plus 4 equals, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to group the x minus 1 over x and the x minus 1 over x together, and I'm going to group the x plus 1 over x and the x plus 1 over x together again. So I'm going to end up with x minus 1 over x quantity squared times x plus 1 over x quantity squared. Now there's something really easy that I can do. As you can see, I have an x minus 1 over x squared here and an x minus 1 over x squared right over here. So what I can do is I can divide both sides by x minus 1 over x quantity squared, and then what happens is they just cancel out. So now we removed a decent chunk of the math that we have to work through. Now what do we have here left? We have x minus 1 over x quantity squared plus 4 equals, parenthesis, x plus 1 over x quantity squared. So now I'm going to expand this. So this is going to give me x minus 1 over x times x minus 1 over x plus 4 equals x plus 1 over x plus 1 over x. Okay, now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not a huge fan of working with fractions, you know? So let's see, what can I multiply this first term by to get rid of this fraction? Well, I can get rid of, I can multiply it by x, right? Because if I multiply it by x, then this will become x squared, and this will become minus 1. But let's think about it. I have an x minus 1 over x here, but then I have another one over here. So in reality, I want to multiply both of these by x. And if you think back to the rules of solving equations, whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other side, right? The way this is going to work out is I'm going to take this entire piece and this entire piece, and I'm just going to multiply both of them by x squared. So I have x squared, and then x minus 1 over x minus 1 over x plus 4 equals x squared, x plus 1 over x plus 1 over x. Okay. Now, this x squared I'm going to split up into an x and an x. So one x is going to go here, the other x is going to go there. And then the x squared as a whole is going to go here. So we're going to have an x, and an x squared. And here I'm going to also split up the x squared. So I'm going to have an x go here, and then I'm going to have another x go here. Okay, so what does this give me? This gives me x squared minus 1 times x squared minus 1 plus 4x squared equals x squared plus 1 times x squared plus 1. Now let's FOIL both of these. So here we end up with x to the 4th minus x squared minus another x squared plus 1 plus 4x squared equals, and I'm going to FOIL this side, I'm going to get x squared, x to the 4th plus x squared plus x squared plus 1. Okay, so now let's combine like terms, right? We have x to the 4th, and now we have minus x squared. So that's going to be minus 2x squared plus 4x squared. I'm just going to move this over, and then plus 1 equals x to the 4th plus, that's going to give me 2x squared, and then plus 1. So now we are going to combine these two terms. So minus 2x squared plus 4x squared. Well, that's just going to give us positive 2x squared plus 1, x to the 4th plus 2x squared plus 1. So now if we compare this side to this side, you can see that they're equal, and we just proved that this holds true. I hope this video helped, and let me know if there's any questions. As always, happy studying.